Where are you on your spiritual path? Oh, our spiritual journeys are very unique. And sometimes we can be on a spiritual journey and then we feel like we jump off the train for a while and then we jump back on. So, you know, it is very much a journey. It is not a destination. So let's tune into the 3 cards and see which one is for you. So we've got the 3 cards here. So just close your eyes and tune into which card is calling you. So I'd like to welcome back people that have come to my channel before, and for the newcomers, I welcome you. I invite you to subscribe, like and share, and thank you very much for your time and your support. So let's get into it. Let's tune into card number 1 and let's see what part of this your spiritual path that you're on. Where are you? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out of the book for this deck. It's very, very in depth. So I'm going to read the card and then I'm going to get a bit more of an insight with another deck. So the first one is Lasya of Parvati, which is number 32. So let's go to card number 32. And this is your card for those who chose card number 1. There is a gentler way to proceed and obtain the same or even greater effect. Tame the wild and frenzied workings of the mind by grounding yourself with beauty, pleasure, and grace. Violence and its negative effects shall be overcome and healed through feminine gentleness and inner spiritual strength. This oracle is a sign of great future happiness. Parvati is a universal mother in her gentle aspect, although, as with all mothers, her fierce side will emerge if it's needed to protect her children. She is beautiful and benevolent and evokes the qualities of love, connection, creativity, and devotion to higher purpose. The divine goddess has many names, and Parvati is also known as Jagatambi, the mother of the universe. Her son is Ganesha, the elephant-headed deity, who fosters success in all new ventures, protection from obstacles, and is of particular benefit of those who feel drawn to write. Parvati is mother to all, and her presence in a reading augurs success on every level. With Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and love and spiritual enlightenment, and Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom, music, and creativity, Parvati is Tridevi, the sacred triune of feminine nature, or triple goddess of Hinduism. Parvati is the divine archetype of the vital, competent, creative, and loving woman. When her oracle appears, there is an opportunity to heal one's mother's wounds and one relationship with the feminine more generally. She helps heal wounded hearts and teaches us how to belong to ourselves just as we are, rather than abandoning ourselves to please others. As Tridevi, when you connect with Parvati, you also connect with Lakshmi and Saraswati, as all 3 are one. So this oracle also brings comfort for matters to do with material prosperity, love, relationships, expressing your voice, and fulfilling your higher purpose. Parvati is the consort and wife of the wild god Shiva. He loves to meditate and has a fierce temper when distracted from his spiritual practice. Wrathful as he can be, he is a protector deity and the destroyer of evil. Parvati stimulates her husband's passion through her skillful practice of yoga. He is roused from meditation by the powerful energy she generates, and he performs his fierce cosmic dance, Tandava, which brings an end to that which needs to be annihilated so new life can emerge. The vigor of Shiva's dance in our lives can be intense. Parvati's dance, Lasya, provides balance and calming grace when the soul needs gentleness and comfort. Parvati dances her dance of happiness, leading us along our path without requiring us to continually push ourselves beyond our limits. Her wisdom protects us from breakdown, guiding us into breakthrough. Her oracle indicates that even though we may grow through intense challenges, there is a calming influence which can help us if we are willing to allow for it and be kind to ourselves. When Parvati knows that a more dramatic intervention is the only way to conquer a particular evil in our lives, she will manifest as the ferocious goddess Kali. One story holds that Kali was so intent on destruction that the fate of the world hung in the balance. So her husband Shiva appeared before her as a crying babe, which instantly evoked her maternal instincts and calmed her back into a state as Parvati. We can trust that the Divine Mother loves us and responds to what is needed, but also knows how to get things done without being more heavy-handed than necessary. She is genuinely moved by our suffering and will manifest in whatever forms are needed to heal. Her oracle asks you to invoke her and trust what transpires is for your healing and spiritual fulfillment. Give up the notion that the deepest issues require the most difficult path to heal. Let her, Lasya, dance of happiness and grace unveil a gentler and more loving way. So where you are on your spiritual path at the moment is tuning into that feminine side. It is a space for you to allow yourself to be whoever you need to be in whatever situation. So you are so many different people in one. And it's now time to really harness everyone that you are, every facet of yourself, every version of yourself, the healer, the mother, because when you really allow yourself to care for others and heal for others comes your greatest healing. So really when you're working with others and caring for them, that's where you'll be able to really heal those wounds that are within your heart space. So let's get more of an insight as to who this is, because you like to care for others. You like to be in relationships. You like to be the carer. You like to be the one that, you know, is in charge of people's healing. And that is a beautiful space for you to be, which is really interesting because you like to be the mother. Okay, and right now I'm the mother on school holidays and someone's knocking on the door, which is very fitting for who you are. You will continue to do what you need to do whilst looking out for everybody else. Mummy's working, darling. I'll be out in a minute. Give me 10 minutes and I'll be there. No. So everything that you are is exactly who you need to be, okay? But know that you can keep doing who you are with all the interruptions that come, all right? So the first card here is, I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy and at peace and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. So there's a beautiful loved one in spirit that needs to come. Please let me get back to this. So there is a mother spirit that needs to come through to let you know that they are here, and for you to not worry about them, because there must be some sort of pain and anguish at the moment that you're feeling disconnected from them, but they need you to know that they are very close indeed, and helping you be the mother that you are designed to be. Now, there is some doubts that you're carrying, that you are equipped for this role, equipped for this job. But know that your spirits are here to let you know that you are fully qualified. And sure, we get the guilt and you know, we feel like we're not in enough places, but that's completely okay, because you know, there's plenty of you to go around. And oh, beautiful. And your next card is Indriel. You are a light worker. So keep doing what you're doing, okay? There's not, I know that there's a bit of guilt. I keep getting the guilt where, you know, like the interruption of the children, or the interruption of, you know, work needing more out of you, or you not being enough for your partner. And I feel like you're really beating yourself up that you're not enough in relationships. But know that you purely turning up is enough. You don't have to do anything more over and above. You've actually got this. And in this space of you helping others, you heal your heart. And that comes fitting with the last card, where it says your emotions are healing, which enables you to open a greater love. I will help release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. It's absolutely a gorgeous story right here, that you've got all these angels coming through to let you know that where you are now on your spiritual path is exactly where you need to be. I work with a lot of clients that come to me that used to be corporate but are now doing the, you know, the pregnancy, or trying to get pregnant, or you know, being home with their children, or whatever, and they feel like it's taken them off their path. But you know, you're not off your path at all. This is a major part of your spiritual path. This is major for you. So don't keep trying to rush forward or try to go sideways. You're exactly where you need to be. Be in it. You know, connect with your children, connect with other people's children, connect with animals, connect with nature, connect with relationships, because this is where you're going to find the biggest healing, because you're going to stop and realize how much you're bringing to the table in life in general, and then you're exactly where you need to be. You are a healer. You are on the divine spiritual path, and at the moment you feel like it's for other people, but it's equally for you. Okay, so that's exactly where you are on your spiritual path, and I congratulate you for all the hard work you do. You continue to do it. You feel like you're not getting places quick enough, but you're getting there in divine time. So trust the process, and that is card number 1. All right. So, let me get organized before we get interrupted again. Now, card number 2 is the Magnetism of Eros, which is card number 1. So let me grab my book, and I'm just going to read to you where you are on your spiritual path. Trust in what your heart yearns for without concern about how it will manifest. Take steps towards that which moves your heart. Reach out for what your soul wants and needs. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, for only then can you be truly held. That which appears out of reach or unavailable to you is closer than you realize. The magnetism of Eros is our soul's fascination with that which appears different and calls to us at a deep level. This soul deep attraction inspires us to remain open, be passionate and willing to engage with life, other people, and new vitalizing pathways and practices that inspire us. It keeps us moving on our authentic life path, living by the call of the heart. This oracle indicates that your heart is being called to a particular path or way in life. It may not make logical sense, but to honor the call of your heart is to honor the needs of the soul. The call of the heart can lead you into unknown and intriguing territory. It can feel liberating but also unsettling as you let go of known worlds and reach for the unfamiliar. Following such a path will bring a fresh influx of energy and expand your understanding of yourself, your life path, and your higher purpose it's meant to be. Eros is a Greek word for love. On a spiritual level, Eros is our passionate, open, engaged love for life. When we experience Eros, we are ready to embrace our journey. It is an affirmation of life. Its opposite is the destructive drive known as Thanatos, which is the drive behind our undermining, self-defeating, and self-harming behaviors. We may engage in such negative behaviors in a misguided attempt to heal ourselves or make ourselves feel better. When we act negatively despite our best intentions to be positive, part of us is trying to tell a story that is yet to be fully heard. Until that story is heard, we cannot let go. We get stuck in a negative loop. To resolve the negative, Thanatos drive within us and in our world, we need Eros. We need to embrace life, including our negative experiences. By acknowledging and healing our suffering, we can find the courage and wisdom to live more fully. The challenge and gift of Eros leads us into our vulnerability. From there, we can also recognize our strength and dignity. We become able to let go and heal. This oracle brings the message that life has particular gifts to share with you. There is the promise of deep, soulful connection with your true self and with others, and a healing realization that you are not truly desired and loved. You are encouraged to explore new pathways, especially if you feel out of your depth and a bit vulnerable in doing so. More so if they involve personal healing. The oracle indicates a path is opening up for you. It may not be the easiest way forward, but when your heart leaps at the prospect of it, know something truly special is unfolding for you through that pathway. Trust where your heart is leading you. So card number two is calling you. You're literally being called onto a spiritual journey now that it's almost like it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And I feel like you're either jumping back onto the spiritual journey or you feel that you're awakening and it's just brand new. So know that right now, this path is the start of something that's going to change you forever. There's no turning back now. There's no coming back out of this. You're an absolute new person. And it's almost like you're getting to know who you are. So just go, tread easily, tread lightly, and know that when you do choose to walk this path, you're going to find that it's fresh, it's brand new. It's you're not going to know what to expect. You're absolutely not going to know, and that is a really, really scary place to be, but it's absolutely phenomenal because when you get to this place, it's all about renewal. It's all about stepping into a new place that you haven't been before in this lifetime. So just to clarify, the first card you've got here, it says to make your decision, ask yourself which way brings me closer to my divine purpose and which way takes me away from it. So, this is a choice for you. But you have already chosen it. You've chosen to take a step into the unknown because, hey, what have you got to lose? You've chosen to move forward with Spirit's guidance, and that's what you've received and that's what you're getting. So know that you're completely looked after. Call in your Spirit team because when you work with them closely, you're going to realize that whatever happens next is for the highest good of everybody. There's no way known you can get this wrong. There's absolutely no way you can get this wrong right now. And the next card, it says you deserve the best. Reach for the stars, your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. If you keep looking at where you've been, you'll create it over and over again. So just look up, reach up, call your spirit guides in and start really going, you know what? I deserve better. I deserve new, refreshing relationships, conversations, insightful people, and you'll start attracting these type of people in. Because the thing is, you're actually at the end of a cycle in your life. You're at the end, that's the scary part, right? But it's very, very exciting because you're at the beginning as well. Sorry, I knocked the camera. You're at the beginning as well. So like I said, call your angels in. The next bit might be uncomfortable, might very well be very uncomfortable. But, we have to go through these things to realize what we're worth. What we're absolutely worth, because this is a really, really exciting time for you. The slate is clean, and you've chosen it. So remember that this is not happening to you, it's happening for you, but it's like, you know, it's like you've signed up. Your higher self has got this soul contract, and this is where you're at next. And just anything's possible in this space. Absolutely anything's possible. But keep focused on really moving forward and developing yourself as a person, as a true healer. You're a true healer. But go easy. Just go easy. Don't rush it. Know that it's happening. And it's okay, and you are safe, and you are protected. And that is your message for card number 2. All right, and last but not least, we have card number 3. And card number 3 is Obadiah. And let's read what this one's about. So this is pathway number 3. Okay, do not turn away from your path, nor from what you know in your heart to be true. No matter what appears to be, nor what logic may dictate, trust what your heart is telling you. You are safe and protected by spirit. You are spiritually empowered with all you need to manifest your authentic soul path. You have what it takes to connect with the light and live that connection in practical ways which contribute positive energy to our human collective. Obadiah is a Latin basis for the word obedience. Far from conforming to authority, the original meaning was to listen, to hear, and not turn away. The Oracle of Obadiah is about becoming a sacred rebel, giving up faith in the ways of the world and embracing the ways of the spirit unconditionally. That means refusing to torture yourself with horror stories that society and your own mind conjure up from time to time. This guidance is encouraging you to connect through your heart with the spiritual light, wisdom, and guidance within. The Oracle asks you to believe in the power of spirit to show you the way through all troubles. There is a message from our loving universe for you. You will feel it in your own heart. You may consider yourself to be a feisty, independent, strong person rather than the one who is docile and surrendered in spirit. A vibrant and powerful personality may feel initial resistance or confusion when asked to become soft to the ways of spirit. Yet this sort of obedience is not about giving away your power or becoming someone you are not. When we are receptive to spirit, we become more unique, not less. This oracle asks us to get out of our own way. Often we make things more difficult for ourselves, even when our intentions are good. This is because we see things from a limited or partial perspective. This doesn't mean we should refuse to act at all. It just means that as we practice sensing and following spirit by tuning into the heart, we will act from a more centered and wisely guided place. Our actions will be more likely to hit the mark. When we flow with the greater wisdom of life, far-reaching positive consequences awaken. Recognize that spirit is wiser than your own personal opinion is the prelude to true awakening. The more awakened we are, the more genuine benefit for all beings can unfold through our endeavors. To be clear, the guidance of this oracle is not to hand over your power, nor to seek out spirit to tell you what to do. It is always up to you to exercise your free will and live your life as you choose. Sometimes the responsibility behind such freedom might seem too much, but this is our task as human beings, to own our freedom and exercise it with wisdom and delight. When you trust your courage more than your doubt, you will be ready to listen to spirit and act on what you perceive. You will be capable, willing, and ready to live as a light on this earth. You are also encouraged to ditch the drug of doubt. Doubt undermines your confidence and sends you on a mission to gain approval before making every decision. Approval can become the hit that alleviates doubt temporarily, but it prevents you from building the strength you need to listen for your own spiritual knowing. You have it within you to be spiritually sovereign. This oracle asks you to recognize your inner potential and to practice trusting yourself and your capacity to respond to life's unpredictable happenings with soul-honoring integrity. So card number 3 is all about you just really tapping into how you feel, getting out of your doubt, getting right into the power and being unapologetically you. It's time for you to really just unleash. It's time for you to speak your truth. It's time for you to act in ways that you have been too scared to act. It's time for you to really step into the light, because you're a healer, as you know, just naturally. You're a natural born healer, and you're in a space right now that's really you're activating all different levels of frequencies. You're actually coming alive. So I just want to get a few cards here for you. Now, this is all actually, as soon as I see this, I know that this is what's happened up until now, because, you know, you've got a card here with Daniel, who's the angel of marriage, who's assisting you right now. So whether or not you're breaking out of a relationship, whether or not you're breaking out of a marriage, not only with someone else, but a marriage that you've tied yourself to yourself, because all these cards are heating warnings. This is a place where you know, you've been so strapped down in fear, strapped down to just holding yourself stuck, and all these cards are saying this is all behind you now, because it's saying, you know, conditions aren't right. Ask your angels to comfort you. This one's here saying caution is warranted. Look deeper. Look for the truth. Like, you've lived in a place of, I just can't help to say, fear. You've come from this place of being belittled, being censored. And I don't know that people are actually doing this to you. I really feel like this is you. You've been doing this to yourself, and it's now time that you literally just crash down any insecurities or anything that's holding you back, because you are by rights a sovereign being. You are someone who needs to now start stepping into exactly who you are truly meant to be. You've given yourself too many excuses in the past, and it's just not working for you anymore. It's like you don't even know who you are. You're at this pivotal place on your spiritual path where you've just gone, you know what? Up until now, everything that's worked for me is in the past. It's not working anymore. I need to reinvent who I am. I need to start afresh, and I need to just go toward the light, because everything that leads you toward love, everything that vibrates with love, is everything that you are now. I really feel like I need to pull one more card for this, because this all here is heating warnings. This all here is where you've sat from a place of just constriction, restriction, fear, all this type of belittling behavior that you've let yourself, and now you've just come into a place of, you know, you're opening up parts of you that you've never ever done in this lifetime, and it's really, really exciting time for you. This is the angel of families. It talks about a happy addition is coming. Like, this can be someone you're bringing in. There can be births, new babies, and relationships, or relationships in your family that have broken down, and people you haven't spoken to for many years or months or weeks or whatever it is. But it's now that you're looking at rebuilding. You're rebuilding bridges left, right, and center, and relationships are never going to be the same. They're only going to get bigger and better. And this is with yourself as well, because it's a real time of rebirth. You can see this gorgeous angel here holding the baby close to her heart, and this is you and your work that you can, your inner work of letting the love inside. So whatever brings you closer to love, this is the time that you do it. This is the time. You know that words that come out of your mouth, if it doesn't reflect love, just silence yourself. If, you know, reword it, or just take a moment and then come back to the conversation and then start speaking. But they need to be words of love, because that's where you are now. Everything unlike love is not going to resonate for you. It's going to make you feel very uncomfortable. And you're a real light worker. You're a real light worker, and it's time now to step into that. So whether or not you've looked at, you know, sharing your story, there's so much now that's going to come to you, but just let it. Don't get in your way. Don't stop yourself from speaking. Don't stop. The doubt will come in, and you'll just let yourself get suffocated into this old self where you're needing assistance from the angels for relationships, where you've just stopped yourself and the angels are just, putting the brakes on. And that's just with the old story, the old bullshit that you've allowed. And it's just not for you anymore. It's absolutely not for you anymore, because it's time that you start rekindling relationships with yourself, with others. It's starting to, really look and learn at relationships and why they got here. How did it happen? And it would be because it was your lessons, right? You were meant to go through all of this. Where you are on your spiritual path now is heightened. And it's based on love, and it's so exciting because you won't stand for anything less anymore. You just will find people will be falling away from you if they're not aligned with who you are now. You're very much in a fresh space, and it's very, very exciting. But let yourself flow. Get out of your way. Do not doubt yourself anymore, because when you doubt yourself, you're going to start believing that all this necessary, behavior that you thought was necessary is unnecessary now. But if you allow it to come back in, you're going to just stay always thinking that, that you're not worthy of speaking your words, and you're not worthy of having loving relationships and all this rubbish that isn't you anymore. So it's time for you to just really awaken to the frequency that you are vibrating at now. And you've done a lot of work to get here, whether or not you know it or not. I really feel like tap into your dreams. You'll be getting a lot of activations while you sleep on your, on the astral. There's a lot of angelic work happening in that respect as well. So just ride the waves, and let yourself just really go to that next step, because this path, what you're on, is the one that you've been waiting for. This path you're on is what you've been working for all your entire lifetime, not only this one, but ones previous to this. So that is your reading for path number 3, and it's a really exciting time. So just go with the flow. Trust your instincts. Get out of your head. Trust your gut. Trust your heart, and keep moving forward. And this is your reading for what spiritual path that you're on at the moment. And if you enjoyed your readings, please comment. Let me know how this resonated for you. And don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and share, and all those lovely things. And thank you for tuning in. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Keep well. Be kind to yourself and others. Peace out.